Welcome to Fans on Point. I'm Frank, playing the role of Davion's white other half, and this is
Blake.
And we are here today to talk about probably the greatest video game cartoon series of everyone's childhood, anywheres, even the people who were born before TV. DuckTales.
Life is like a hurricane in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a duck blur.
And then the rest is
DuckTales. Woo! Why don't we jump into the cartoon really quick? Touch upon that.
Well, when was the cartoon actually on the air?
Late 80s.
Well, yes.
Late 80s and to the early 90s, and they also had a couple spin-offs.
Okay, how many seasons were there?
I think it was like 2 or 3.
I know. It was not a very long-running show, but that was also back in the day when a cartoon season consisted of quite a few episodes.
Well, they had episodes every day.
Right. You know, we're not talking the Netflix series where each season is 10 episodes.
No. There was like a bunch of them. And my one complaint with Disney, with cartoons, they haven't released the final volume of DuckTales on DVD. I'm sad.
Really? But they've released all the other seasons. That's an interesting... Were they planning to release the final season?
I hope they do, especially like now that DuckTales is regaining momentum.
Right, yeah. There's definitely... Fan support is definitely bubbling back up, I would say.
You're saying didn't do a volume 4, and most of them are the Gizmo Duck episodes, and I like the Gizmo Duck episodes. I don't know about if that's the majority or I'm in the minority, but...
I was never the biggest fan of Gizmo Duck, but I liked Gizmo Duck. And, of course, Gizmo Duck was big in the video games and everything, so I can't imagine why they wouldn't.
Gizmo Duck! And, but he was voiced by the late Hamilton Camp.
I never made the connection. Even though I remember RoboCop, I loved RoboCop. I remember DuckTales, I liked Gizmo Duck. I never saw the connection between the two.
Well, in Europe, he was called RoboDuck. Contrary to what the creator says, Tad Stone, I was reading some reports that DuckTales wasn't in the same universe as Darkwing Duck. I don't know where he was when he said that, because unless he was misquoted.
Because Huey, Dewey, and Louie crossover, right, into Darkwing Duck?
No. The only people that cross over is Launchpad, Fenton Crackshell, and then there's also like cameos of the Beagle Boys.
Right, I know the Beagle. But I always assumed it was a shared
Magic
universe.
Under Spell. Yeah, that's what it is. And you see Scrooge on the big billboard in one of the episodes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's meta. Maybe DuckTales was a popular cartoon in the world of Darkwing Duck.
Maybe it was. But I think we're giving too much credit here.
That's my theory. Anyhow.
But I think maybe he was just misquoted, because looking back on it, and I'm like, how is this not a spin-off?
Or he was drunk. It's one or the other.
Too, but, you know, much love, Tad Stone. We love you.
We love you.
And thank you for such wonderful things.
Get help. Anyway.
But it was, it was a spin-off of, and then the spin-offs were Darkwing Duck. And also Quack Pack.
Right, Quack Pack, right.
It's funny with Tailspin. That originally was supposed to be, I believe, a Launchpad spin-off. But then I took the Jungle Book characters.
Right, it became Baloo.
And Baloo, and I love that show. That should be another episode.
Tailspin.
That's a great thing. I love
Spoiler alert. Oh, bringing it back to DuckTales, though, it was just a great show, just in general.
I love Scrooge McDuck, Alan Young, God rest his soul. I love last year.
Yes, he just died. But even when he was doing the show back in the 80s, the guy was no spring chicken.
No, he was
pun intended. He's a duck.
Well, he was in his 90s when he passed.
I know, which means he was in his 60s or 70s when he was doing the cartoon. So it's like, oh, bring me my coffee and I get the microphone. Like that's dedication.
Oh, sea monster, eat me ice cream.
I don't know. You know, that was a weird thing too.
Remember that in an episode?
I remember watching Scrooge, and it never occurred to me that he was Scottish.
Yeah, he's Scottish. He really brought a lot of heart and soul to that character, and that wasn't his first Disney endeavor.
Really? What did he do before
He was in The Great Mouse Detective.
What did he play?
He played the father. The Father Mouse.
Right. He was the clockmaker or the toy maker. Toy maker, right? Yeah. That's another movie that no one really talks about.
I love that movie.
The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, Ratigan. Oh, Ratigan. Vincent Price. Come on, man.
Though, believe it or not, just interesting piece of trivia. Vincent Price only agreed to do that movie if they gave him a musical number.
Yeah.
That was what the whole, goodbye so soon thing.
Yeah. Goodbye so soon.
And isn't it a crime?
For
But that would have been great is if Vincent Price had guest starred on DuckTales. That would have been like a classic.
I
of all
love
time.
Vincent Price.
Everybody loves
I love
Vincent
him
Price.
in my favorite Vincent Price film is House on Haunted Hill.
Yes, that's
That was great.
remake. Not so much.
No.
Yeah.
You know who's playing Scrooge in the new one?
I have no idea.
David Tennant.
Really?
Yes. And he's naturally Scottish.
Oh.
And if you don't know who's David Tennant, and he was in the Fright Night remake, he played Peter Vincent.
Right. I know.
Which, that was, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the movie. They should have showed him more.
So, but the twist ending is that the Scrooge is going to have a Jamaican accent in the remake.
Aye, man.
Aye, man. Get away from my gold, man.
I'm not a big Doctor Who fan, so I really don't.
I want to be a Doctor Who fan, but there's like 20 different versions of Doctor Who. There's different doctors, there's different series. So now they're on a remake series with a different doctor and different cast and everything. I don't know.
What's some of your favorite characters in DuckTales?
Believe it or not, I always liked Flintheart Glumgold.
Oh, he's great.
For some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think for some reason the Scottish,
The angry Scottish man?
Yeah. It works better. As if you're going to be a rich Scottish duck, you should be a villain for some reason. I don't know why. It just seems to work well. Plus, he had the kilt and everything. That was the thing. See, I never realized that Scrooge was Scottish, but I knew that Flintheart was. I think it was the kilt that gave him away. I'm not sure.
Comment below if you think so. No, but I remember this one episode where it was Flintheart and Scrooge, like so many other ones. Flintheart was there. Mm-hmm. And what happened was they were weighing their money to show their...
yes, I remember this one. They had this giant, scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they were tipping it back and forth
Right, yes.
and stuff like that. And it was always funny and fun for me.
And they were actually pretty close. Like, Flintheart was pretty friggin'... The guy had coin on his own, right? By the way, what was the relationship between Scrooge and Flintheart?
They were rivals.
Yes, but I thought there was like a family relation.
No family relation. It was more.
So the two richest ducks in the world both happened to be almost unintelligible Scottishmen, Scots.
The original concept was Donald with his nephews. If you read the comic books, he would have adventures with them. It was Donald and the nephews, and then Scrooge. But it actually just spun off more with Scrooge and his nephews. And Donald was only in like a couple episodes.
I know, he only guest starred.
Well, he was in the aircraft carrier episode when they had the experimental submarine.
Right.
Yeah,
yes.
and it was actually a whale. I love Magica De Spell. I thought she was great in that.
I liked Magica. She was never my favorite villain, but I liked her. I liked Flintheart better. There's just something about a supervillain, rich Scottish, angry duck.
Or the Phantom Blot.
Who was he?
He was the. He was only in a couple episodes. Like he had the. He looked basically like a black Smurf.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he had like the big thing.
Right,
He had the red eyes. He's like the Phantom Blot.
And who was the villain in the movie?
Oh, that was Murloc.
Murloc, right?
And he was voiced by Christopher Lloyd.
He was a great villain.
Mm-hmm. I loved him at that.
That was right in that period of time when Christopher Lloyd was playing villains, because the guy was known as a comedic actor from Taxi and everything. But he did that. He did the Klingon in Star Trek 3. He was playing like these really big bad guys.
Judge Doom.
There you go.
I love that intro, and just not to go off tangent too much, but I love that part in Roger Rabbit when Eddie Valiant is picking up the evidence. There's just pan up, and you just see Judge Doom. He's like,
Staring
like the eerie music.
Right.
And it's it's so cool.
Yeah, no, he was good. He fit that role perfectly. But he does well in every role he plays, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and he's coming back now, too.
I don't know if this was their intention, but you could see, the genie being witty and over the top.
Right, leading a little bit into Aladdin. Right. A little bit of foreshadowing of Aladdin. I wouldn't be surprised if they, they were working on that concept and it just evolved into the Robin Williams genie. And then, of course, there were in multiple episodes, there were the Beagle Boys. And who was the matriarch, the ringleader, Mrs. Beagle?
No, Ma Beagle.
Ma Beagle, yes.
Ma Beagle.
Right,
yeah, then there was just so many, the running gag was there's
where's Pa Beagle?
He must be awful tired because there's so
you're
many.
not kidding. That poor guy needs a medal.
No, but it was just so many great episodes. Then there's so many influences from pop culture at the time, like Indiana Jones.
Yes.
And like we said earlier, RoboCop, and some of the...
I would say DuckTales was one of the first cartoons, I wouldn't say maybe the first, but it was one of the first that really started bringing in a lot of social satire and pop culture references in that regard.
Yeah.
Because you didn't really see it with other, contemporary, like Transformers and everything, which were great shows.
Oh, I love Transformers.
No, everybody does. Well, pre-Michael Bay, of course. But everybody loves Transformers, but that was set in a separate universe,
Yep.
That was not, you did not have a lot of pop culture references in Transformers. You did not have social, well, a little bit maybe.
Well,
but
Hasbro,
right.
I guess, shied away from it.
But DuckTales was very much current and relevant.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment if you enjoyed the video, and look forward to part 2 of our DuckTales discussion. Thank you.
Ding 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 ding.